the next several episodes, I'm going to put together a 5-part plan, or at least a 5-part series, if you will, on the things that I think that you need to be focused on as we really kind of move through the end of 2021 and see kind of our business landscape start to normalize, if you will. I mean, and normal is probably an iffy word at best, because normal doesn't mean back to 2019. Normal doesn't mean maybe what you previously experienced verbatim, but more of what you can expect as we move into the latter half of 2021, 2022, and maybe even beyond that. So this 5-part series will really touch on things from kind of the foundational mindset that you need to have, all the way down to the areas of focus that you should be directing yourself towards to give you the highest probability of success. Now, in this episode, I want to just really talk to you about what I consider like these foundational elements. They're more like mindsets that I think have to be in place if you're going to succeed going forward. The first is focus. Focus is really getting clear about where you want to go. I think that may be more important than ever right now, because in the past year and a half, a lot of what we've done is be reactive. We've had to kind of react to whatever circumstances were kind of put in our lap, whatever our clients were experiencing, maybe even outside of their relationship with us. So, we had to just kind of almost play defense, if you will. But right now, our focus on where we want to go is our choice to really start to play offense again. Our vision for what our future looks like, our kind of destination, if you will. If we were plotting our business into a GPS to go from where we are to where we aspire to be, what does that new business look like? What kind of model do we operate? Who do we want to work with? What kind of role do we want to play in the business? What kind of schedule are we operating on? What kind of revenue do we want to make business-wide? And what kind of personal income do we personally need to make to feel fulfilled, to feel happy about the business that we're operating? So when we're thinking about where we want to go, really that's focus. And make no mistake, focus is not a strong suit of many entrepreneurs that I know, because it's so easy to get distracted by what this other person's doing, or what this guru is presenting is the latest kind of shiny object. Hey, you can go pursue this path and make a windfall of money. Or, hey, I see this other person in a coaching group saying that they're doing so well doing this type of training or delivering this type of service. And it's easy to get kind of pulled in different directions. And honestly, any of those things that you're really giving your energy, your time, your effort to, it's distracting you. It's pulling you away from staying on the course that you need to be on. If we're to use that GPS analogy again, I mean, the GPS plots you out this most direct path to where you want to go, but anytime you get off the road, anytime you take an off-ramp and deviate from that plan, well, then it's slowing you down. It's forcing you to kind of reroute as you go. So we need focus. That's number one. Number two, we've got to have desire. I mean, make no mistake, having a great business, having what I call your ideal business, is not something that comes easily. And it shouldn't, right? Because most people don't get to that place. Most people don't have their ideal business. Most people don't have a career that is truly fulfilling to them. They're having the type of impact that they want to have. They earn a meaningful income to provide security and opportunity for their family. And that career is lifestyle friendly, and they have a legacy. They feel like, hey, I made a difference. Most people don't have all of those things. In fact, a lot of people just kind of tolerate their job so they can live their life. And that's okay. We don't want average. And so you have to have a strong desire to kind of break through that average ceiling, if you will. So you need to really want it. How bad do you want this thing? And it's easy to say, hey, I want this more than anything. This really matters a lot to me. But, if you look at the time that you're spending on things, if you look at your willingness to kind of go the extra mile, do the things that people, the average person wouldn't do, that kind of tells you where your desire is at the moment. But make no mistake, if you do not have a strong desire to get beyond average, then, man, it's a hard ceiling to break through. And then finally, the third kind of element of having this mindset that you're going to need to have to really thrive going forward is perseverance. Because, the course is not always smooth and straight. You're going to have to really get through roadblocks. You're going to have to get over hurdles. There are going to be challenges thrown your way on a regular basis. And I think of those things as opportunities to separate yourself. I think that every time you're willing to do something that's hard that the average person wouldn't, you separated yourself from the pack a little bit. You said, you know what? I've climbed the ladder one more rung. I've moved closer to doing what I want to do and having what I want to have because I've been willing to do something the average person wouldn't. And I think that so many people that have made it through the past year plus, they've exhibited a great deal of that perseverance. And in fact, it was interesting. I was talking to Chris Poyer from Perform Better the other day, and we talked about the people who really, their business didn't make it. And I think that, our universal feeling was we didn't know of anybody whose business didn't make it that we felt like we were surprised about. And, and that's not an indictment against a person as much as, that business probably wasn't in a great place before the pandemic. And sometimes even if you do have a great deal of perseverance, if you're in a deep enough hole, it's pretty tough to dig out of, right? So this is the first piece of this little 5-part series, because honestly, if you're not in a good place, if you don't have the right mindset, if you're not coming to this opportunity with the right attitude, all the tactical stuff, all the strategic stuff, it's not going to matter. It's not going to really be anything that's going to bring you to some heightened level of success, because success is largely an inside job. If you want to be successful, it is going to start with you. It's going to start with you setting the tone for the team that you have around you. It's going to start with you being the leader that your clients need and the leader that prospects are attracted to. And it's going to be you that really has to kind of weather the challenges that come along that really are inevitable when we're talking about being a business owner. So that's number 1. We'll be back with episode number 2 in a flash. Thanks for watching. If you click the first link in either the description or the link in the pinned comment, you can get my latest book, The Ideal Business Formula, for free. And if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button for me. If you have any questions or comments or video requests, leave me a comment below and I'll be quick to respond. And lastly, make sure to hit the subscribe button. I'm posting videos weekly now, and if you turn your notification bell on, you'll be sure to get them all.